If your website says we offer comprehensive financial planning, you might be turning prospects away without even realizing it. Because here's the truth. Clients don't buy comprehensive. They buy solutions to very specific problems. And so in this episode of the Financial Advisor Marketing Playbook, we'll discuss why most advisor messaging blends in and how to fix it so the right people are actually paying attention. Stay with us.
This is the Financial Advisor Marketing Playbook, a show for financial advisors who want to explore the topic of client acquisition and business growth. Your host is Mark Mersman, Chief Marketing Officer at USA Financial. He is an investment advisor representative of and securities are offered through USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Welcome back to the Playbook. Today I want to talk about your messaging. And, as we work with advisors, it's so common for us to see the exact same messaging or very similar messaging on a website. And this doesn't just pertain strictly to websites. You can see this certainly in print collateral and in other places. But I think it's something to be thinking about here. And let's talk first about some of these really vague statements. So the first one is comprehensive financial planning. I think that's probably the most common term that we'll see thrown out there on advisor websites. And we'll do it to make ourselves feel good because we are comprehensive. We do take, a very strategic and big picture view approach to the planning work that we'll do, but it doesn't really mean anything to the prospective client. Another one we'll see is holistic. A colleague of mine, Steve Phillips, this word drives him crazy at times, I know, but they'll say a holistic approach. They'll say personalized solutions. Here's the problem with that. None of that actually means anything to a prospective client. And the truth is, if everyone is saying it, it's not a differentiator at all. I bet you if you Google around 5 websites of advisors in your area, all of them probably have some variation of one of those 3 things or all 3 of them. And so let's talk a bit about why the messaging fails. And at its core, it fails because it's advisor centric and not client centric. It describes you, it describes your scope of services. But at the end of the day, your prospects and your existing clients, they don't care about that. They care about their problems. They care about their fears, their goals. And so you have to be thinking, what is a prospective client? What are they thinking when they visit your website or your landing page or they're reading your collateral? They're not thinking, oh boy, I hope he offers or she offers comprehensive planning. They're thinking, will I run out of money? Am I paying too much in taxes? Did I mess up my Social Security decision? What about Medicare? What happens to my kids if this sort of thing happens? Those are the things that your prospect's thinking. And so we have to communicate with that in mind and not communicate just focused on the advisor centricity piece of it, if that's even a word. The reality is when most prospects will hit the vast majority of advisors' websites, there's confusion, there might be indifference, there's no real urgency. So think about this. Let's compare 2 different messages. On one hand, we offer comprehensive financial planning. On the other hand, we help recently retired couples to reduce taxes and turn their savings into reliable income. Both of which are touching on some of the services that you're offering, but one of them is framed from the standpoint of client fear, client anxiety, client concerns. Which one, when you hear that, which one feels more relevant? And so you need to be thinking about that with all of your collateral and start to make a shift to specificity. And, specific is very powerful. General is going to be, I'll call it invisible, because you're just going to blend into sea of sameness that exists out there. So the framework is very simple. If you want to go through this, we help insert the type of person that you help, solve, insert the problem that you help them solve. This is going to be very specific to start to get to your audience and for them to be identifying you as somebody that's relatable, that understands the problems and the challenges that they face when they visit your site. You know, this could be, we help business owners exit their company and retire tax efficiently. We help widows to organize their finances and create a clear income plan or create a clear path forward. The point with this is you're not going to inherently lose business by narrowing down. You're going to attract the right business. And this is a scary proposition for a lot of advisors, because a lot of advisors are scared to repel people when in reality, they're really not attracting anybody by being very vague. Now, why does this work? It starts to build trust immediately. I can start to trust somebody when I feel like they understand my problem. It signals professionalism. You're very clear about who you help and the problems that you help to address. And it starts to create a structure and an understanding into buying into your process. So instead of, we can start to lean on that process-based messaging, right? Instead of we offer comprehensive planning, we might want to say we guide clients through our 5-step retirement income process designed to, and then you fill in the blank with the outcome that that your prospective clients want to achieve. So something very simple. We guide. Here's the type of clients we guide through the process that we use that is designed to achieve some sort of an outcome that we know your ideal client is interested in achieving. We do this at USA Financial by helping advisors to create a very simple piece of collateral that is, very intentional with how it is designed to help them understand the process that you work with your clients on. So, very, very simple. The formula here is, if you want to start to think about this, change your messaging. We help insert a specific group, avoid insert a specific problem by using our process and framework. I mean, it's silly. I understand it's a little bit of the old elevator pitch type of workshop that many of us have been through, but it is obviously a formula that works, and it's very simple. So the thing to remember, you can't hide behind vague language for a fear of excluding people. I think that really sets you up for unclear positioning. Clarity doesn't repel. It's going to attract the right people faster. So if your messaging sounds like everyone else, if your growth, if that's the case, then your growth is, simply put, going to feel harder than it needs to be. Clarity is one of the biggest unfair advantages that you can create in your marketing, and your prospective clients will appreciate it and be attracted to you that much more. So if you want more ideas like this, real practical ways to grow your business, make sure that you're subscribed to our podcast or subscribe to the YouTube channel. We break this stuff down all the time. Appreciate you being a listener. Hope you appreciated this content. Take care. Have a good one.
This information is for licensed financial professionals only and is not intended for use in soliciting sales from the public. The views expressed represent the opinions of the presenter or their featured guest, not necessarily those of USA Financial or its affiliated subsidiaries. Industry references are generic and are not intended to represent actions or beliefs of any individual or entity. Content is only presented to illustrate general principles, beliefs, or ideas and should not be construed as legal or regulatory advice. Trademark and copyright protected. USA Financial and Affiliates.